I think Chelsea has a chance. First.
Chelsea
wins the league.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro,
I think they are a chance.
That's a big shout, man.
Yeah, exactly.
A very controversial opinion.
Well, this is Podcast Edimbo, the 4th season, man. Well, it's been a long time coming. We took a break before the season issue, and now we are back. And of course, we're back at the Waterback Hotel. You know, we always take care of you. Yeah, and we are happy to be joined by Charles. Why do I keep why?
It's like the 50th time for you to confuse me.
And it's not like we are strangers, man. I guess it's just easy to just say Francis.
Maybe it's a name you've gotten accustomed to or something.
Well, yeah.
How did you came about that? Because I think we're supposed to, it's easier as to move with alphabet.
Exactly, C.
Well, I guess it's because, I mean, me and Francis, well, for those who don't know, Francis is the big brother to Charles.
Oh, okay.
And I guess it's because me and him talk a lot.
True.
And yeah, it just comes up. So every time I'm with Charles, so at some point, I almost even call him Francis. So.
It's fine, I've gotten used to it.
Man, I'm sorry, man. He was supposed to come on as well. But he's on his way from Nairobi, so he's not going to make it. And also, there's something else we're doing, partnership between Podcast Edimbo and Nakuru Bucks Football Club.
Yeah.
They have a podcast coming up, so maybe you want to check, want to look out for that. It's pretty nice. So I'm gonna help out with the hosting, and then as well talk with a very interesting guests coming on.
Exactly. So it's gonna be on YouTube. And also like on our Instagram, some posts with just like short highlights.
Okay.
So yeah, it's something that like the audience in Nakuru should like look forward to. And yeah, we're happy to have you on board. And there's also Mbulu as well. So
super.
Hope everything goes well.
All right. Also, congratulations to the Bucks FC for promotion. I mean, I was there. Good old days, man.
Good old days.
I came to the team for a year, and then we were not successful with the promotion. We wanted it so much, and then I guess we were just unlucky.
True, but I feel like some things happen like for a reason, and like you guys set a foundation for us now to go there and like finish it off.
Well, it was a good time. We had lots of happy moments.
Exactly.
Highs and lows.
True.
But all the same. This was, I would say, like the one team. And I felt like I was really happy here, like to play for a club.
Nice.
It felt like home.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get a feeling, Yankee.
Yeah, I think from a fan perspective, I think I'm happy. For the locals in Nakuru City, we are represented well throughout the league, and I think everyone is happy that Bucks at least climb a step ahead of the rest. And I think as the season kicks in, another season which is upcoming, we hope that happens, and it's just a beautiful thing. We have seen teams in Nakuru doing really well. But I think to be part of that society, that community, and that team which represents the entire town and performing at that level it's something to be proud about.
Thank you.
We are very happy for Bucksmen, the CEOs, and the team managers.
Well, yeah.
Great.
Well, Francis is the CEO, so... Charles
is the CEO.
Oh my God.
It's fine at this point. I'm even covering for Francis, so it's fine. I'll accept the name.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, for more about Nakuru Bucks Football Club, so you want to check out the podcast. It's coming out soon. There's already one episode out.
Exactly.
So now the new episode's coming out, of course, with new graphics and everything. So you want to check out. Be on the lookout for new episodes. Anyways, now the Prem is back, La Liga is back. My favorite is Serie A. I'm still waiting on that. The only problem is sometimes when you banter, I say, "Mama, hii liga inanga fans kwa study." My fans will show up. I mean, I've been trying to, to like research on it and see why like fans don't really show up. But then you find out most of the stadiums, like in Italy, like these clubs don't really own this
It's
club.
shared stadiums amongst
Yeah, it's shared stadiums. And, you know, they belong to the municipal. And it's very hard to fill them up, you know. But I think they're doing well, also because their league was sort of, you know, falling off. Juventus wasn't really getting any of the, you know, like real competition. But now, look, like in the last 4 seasons, they've had different champions. Even Napoli last season. I mean, them and Dortmund and Liverpool, I put them in the same category of bottlers.
No, but like Dortmund is the biggest bottler. Like, how do you almost win the title like after 11 years and mess it up in like a few minutes?
Why are you leaving Arsenal out of it?
Like, those guys don't deserve to ever win, honestly.
I was about to throw Ireland in there, man.
I think for Dortmund it was the biggest disappointment of the season so far for football fans, because we actually until the last 10 minutes we actually thought they were winning it. Yeah, we actually thought they were winning it. For Arsenal, until the last 10 matches, but for 10 minutes you couldn't hold on for 10 minutes for you to win the league. Something you have been waiting for
like 10 years.
10 years, man.
Well, that's
but I feel like that's the biggest farmers league in like the whole of Europe. It's like, how does a team win for 11 consecutive years? Bundesliga. I don't know how.
But it's quite popular in terms of viewership. I mean, so many people get to watch the league.
Yeah, but I think they're popular.
I mean, even La Liga is falling off, but right now Bundesliga is above La Liga. I think La Liga is like what, 5th or 4th in rankings.
Is it? Huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But I feel like La Liga has had like 3 winners in the last 5 years: Barcelona, Madrid, and Atletico Madrid.
At some point.
So I feel like what do you want to watch? Bundesliga. It's like, you know the outcome.
Can it actually be mounting to maybe Champions League? And
Champions League, really? I think. I mean, people actually watch.
Does it have a lot of contribution towards it? Maybe.
Well,
because if a team performs well in the Champions League, then it attracts a lot of viewership from maybe.
But in real sense, I mean, La Liga clubs
are always winning the Champions League.
The Champions League.
Madrid own the Champions League.
Yeah, but now look at it this way. I mean, Ronaldo left, so there's a viewership, and Yelipunguka up. But then Messi also left, like what, 2 seasons ago. And most people actually watching to see Messi. So most people actually just tune in just to see Madrid and Barcelona play. And there's this guy, I think Barcelona sort of can negotiate for a better deal, your viewership. You know, like for TV rights, that is.
Okay.
Which is pretty smart, I think. Because anyways, most people want, you know,
watch Madrid, exactly.
Madrid and Barcelona, and of course the biggest match on the planet, El Clasico, which is not so big anymore. I mean,
not so big anymore.
I think Manchester Derby, I think it's going to surpass it soon.
Really?
Yeah.
At the El Clasico, I think so. No, with the dominance of City right now, for me, I feel like the sad thing, like I'm a Man United fan.
Yeah.
But like I sadly have to say this, but like the dominance of City now, it's like the rivalry is not as big in the city, I feel.
Okay.
That's my opinion, because like they are miles away.
They're miles
to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Barcelona and Madrid are not too like
not
far.
Too far.
Like Barcelona just won the league.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
so like
true.
in my opinion, I feel like like for a viewer, like I would be more prone to like watch the El Clasico. I don't know.
Okay. Which match do you think like Premier League fans look forward to?
The most.
Yeah. Which one do you think attracts more viewership? Let's say Man City, Liverpool.
For me, I feel Man United, Liverpool.
Man United, Liverpool. Yeah, I think so. And secondly, it would be Arsenal, Man United.
And right now, Arsenal, City.
Not really.
Is it getting there right now? Not that because they're playing.
It's getting there because like Arteta
football.
is building like quality football. But like for me, I feel like the significance of the town of like Liverpool and Manchester, it's like they've had a long-standing history, like as opposed to just like London and Manchester derby. It's not as personal, I feel. But yeah,
but for sure, Man U, Liverpool, it's big. It's a big fixture considering the amount of success between the clubs. So yeah, it pretty much makes sense. Wait, before we go on, I want to get your predictions for the Prem. Top 3. Top 3. Top 3.
Wow. I really feel for my team, but I think
Manza kulia mapema,
but I would really want my team to win it. So there's no way I'm going to say
be objective.
Tulimaliza third, so I think a second or first would be good for us.
It's not what you want. I'm just asking you to be realistic.
Okay.
Quite realistic. Just give us a top 3.
That was my opinion.
Be honest.
It's either you take it or not.
Top 3.
Anyway, I think I would put Man United second.
Okay.
I think Chelsea has a chance. First.
Chelsea
wins the league.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro,
I think they have a chance.
That's a big shout, man.
Yeah, exactly.
A very controversial opinion.
I actually think they have a chance.
Okay.
Right? Because they will be competing in few leagues. They only have Premier to play. That's once a week until next year when the FA will kicks in. So I think it will give them enough time to concentrate on the league. And right now, I also think they have a good coach. They are putting in a good squad. So I think in the Premier League, Chelsea are going to be tough opponent. And I think they might pull a Leicester or Arsenal, kind of a...
And Arsenal is bottling it up.
Yeah, they bottle it. So I think Chelsea might not bottle it because they are used to winning it anyway.
They have won it. They actually won the league, man. That was like what 26.
It's changed actually.
2015. Kitambo. Almost 10 years.
It may change, yeah, exactly. But who knew Leicester would win it? Who even knew Liverpool would win it?
Nobody.
I think they have a chance.
Well, like I said, anyway, Chelsea, yeah, they have a big squad. Enough to play in the Champions League, Europa League, Prem, like a big enough squad. But I don't think they're there yet. Maybe top 3. Maybe top 3.
I'd give them Europa, honestly, like top 5.
They're not there.
Got that, channel.
Let's see.
Got that. I think it's more realistic. I think when it's now near Chelsea, we remember. Maybe number 7, Uko 6.
Maliza number 7. Why improve?
Why improve?
Okay.
Possible.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3. Should I speak from my heart or from my mind? And it depends.
The
both.
Truth.
Can give us both your views, yeah.
For my heart, I would want United to win everything.
Just be objective.
But for my mind, I may feel like number 1 would be the Arsenal.
Okay.
And then second, Man United. And third, City. Because we may feel like Arsenal, like the squad has improved a lot. Like with Declan Rice and Timber. Is it called Timber?
Yeah, Timber.
Timber is
the right back.
He will be out for a few months, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he's injured.
He's injured.
So now there's a problem.
True, but I still feel like the squad.
I read somewhere they are looking for his replacement, a temporary one.
But anyways, Zinchenko, I think he could fit. If I'm not wrong. I think
Zinchenko is not a left back and Timber is right, or Timber is left.
Well, Timber can pretty much play anywhere along the back line.
Oh, he can even play the centre back.
Yeah, back, centre back. Actually, he's playing centre back last season like your Ajax. So centre back, right back, left back, centre back on the left.
Yeah, I would agree with him. I think Arsenal, they showed it last season that they can compete at that top level.
But plus now, what's the name of that other guy? I'm talking about
Tierney.
Yeah, because now you see what they're doing.
Tierney and White.
Lazima too, they must find someone who's going to invert because they need to have a double pivot and then move the forward players wasongeuko juu kabisa closer to the opponent's goals and the back line. So I think he did the other game, the party. Which worked well. Which worked well. Because anyways, if you have the ball the entire time, how do you consider? How do you get to consider goals unless sort of 2 mistakes? But I think it works. It doesn't work. I think watakopoa because I think Tierney is solid at defending. But if someone can convert, he doesn't have the same qualities as Zinchenko akonazo. Timber can as well. And how they're playing right now, man, Arsenal look really, really dangerous.
With Saliba at the back as well.
Solid.
So solid. Saka, Martinelli.
But the other guy,
I don't know,
the other guy is a suspect.
Who is this?
Gabriel.
Gabriel Martinelli?
No, not Martinelli.
Oh, the Brazilian.
Yeah.
McQueen or something, yeah.
Gabriel, the defender. But he's good on the ball. He never seems to lose the ball. But he can get caught. Sometimes it's like he tends to wait hadi msema karibia, then anapoteza. But he's solid as well.
He's also aggressive.
Very.
Very aggressive. And I think that is what Arsenal needed. They needed someone who can really push them, or maybe intercept, or fight for the team. I think he can do it.
Well, no, have you seen how he's been using Havertz?
Yeah, like as a centre forward, right?
As a false nine,
and
then also in the midfield. So amekuwa na moments. There's a way he does it. There's a way. I think the Germans call it what? A Raumdeuter or something. It's pretty much like the same role kama Thomas Muller.
Oh.
Like for Bayern, like at his prime.
Yeah, like a 10, like sort of a free role against, like allowed. He's given the what do we call? He's given the freedom to drop. He can pretty much move anywhere. But there's a way they do it. Like when it's him and what is his name? Odegaard. Yeah, like they can switch sides. Wakati maybe they're pressed.
Last season, Odegaard was a standout player. Yeah, he stood out. And I really think he should just replicate the same thing instead of switching. Like he should stick with Odegaard the way he used him last season to really come out well, and he helped the team.
No, I mean like switching during the match, during the positions.
Like if one person is on the right, someone like goes on the left, and just like switch it up.
Rotating pretty much, yeah. Because most of the time, like Martinelli tends to be on the right side of the midfield. I mean, Havertz could do well from that side, coming in on to his left foot, maybe take a shot, squeezing a pass, kitu kama hiyo. So maybe they can rotate between those guys, because anyways, when I high up the pitch and they're closer to the opponent's box. So it pretty much makes sense in that attacking phase, the third attacking phase. So maybe they can move anywhere they want to move. What do you think? Arsenal seem like to be really dangerous now, because now they seem to have these qualities, and also Trossard. I mean,
that's a wonderful signing. Have you guys been impressed by Rice? I've not been impressed by Rice in the Arsenal jersey yet.
Bro, what do you want that guy to do? Score goals?
I don't score goals, but like he's been like average, especially like in the Community Shield.
Really? I think he's doing his role well off the ball and then on the ball as well. He's where he's supposed to be, because now Rice at a pre-season, he was using him in the same role. He was pretty much moving forward more than Partey. So Partey could sit, and then they'd have another right back. So roles pretty much seem to change, but it depends. But I think he's done well, especially against City.
The Community Shield.
Yeah, the Community Shield. Hey, he did a solid work, especially off the ball with Rodri. Like always on his back. To stop the ball from City playing vertically
at the center.
They had to just go out wide, push them out wide, then press. They did so well. I mean, I could see Arsenal winning, even when they scored. City scored, and then like, hey, these guys, they looked really good
still. Some of these matches really dictate how, because Arsenal actually shown that they could win against the small teams, like the top six. The top six was really an issue. Like you see, they could drop points to a team like Man United, but on the other side, Man City is having a 6. So I think when it comes to even winning the league, some of these matches really dictate how it goes out down the line. Because for Arsenal, the biggest issue back then used to be they're losing to smaller teams. But again, when you come and face a team like Man City, and you are tying up with points or goals, and you really need that win and you're not getting it. So I think for Rice, he's going to come in to at least create that big difference between when you're facing big teams, there is that there is a balance. There's a balance. So there's a balance between the teams, and no one would really say you are losing it out because you have a weaker side on. So I think Rice was a good addition, though overpriced.
Yeah, he was 105 or something.
Yeah, 105. He was overpriced, but we understand English players. Huh?
Well, we can blame Neymar for creating this crisis.
Neymar is in Saudi now, like.
I mean, at least in his contract.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's getting 500,000 for a single post on his story.
Now imagine if
that's ridiculous.
Imagine if he has to post like every hour.
No, it's like
let's say for 12 hours, he's gonna do it maybe, let's say, 6 times in a day.
He's getting 100 million per year. That's his contract.
There's something to do with, I think, a private jet.
Yeah, then he gets private jet at his disposal, and I think like a 24-bedroom house.
Oh, with staff,
with staff.
Yeah. I want that.
Like all his bills are paid for, like outside of the facilities.
Yeah.
It's like you're God in Saudi, basically.
Yeah. So like whatever salary that is earning, he's not going to use it.
He's not going to use anything. He's got a house, he's got a private jet.
All his staff are paid.
And
all his staff are paid. He's playing ball, he gets $100 million a year. So like, I feel like Neymar's wasted himself. Don't you think so?
By going to Saudi?
He's 31, like, this is Neymar.
There's no way he's ever winning the Ballon d'Or, anyway.
This is someone who's never become a king. It's like he's been a prince his whole life.
Yeah.
Well, but everyone knows Neymar. I mean, everyone knows his achievements, his talent, how good he is on the ball.
His controversy.
I mean, now, why not make millions and millions of money out of
but I feel like now he's 31, right?
Yeah,
if there's a time he could ever win the Ballon d'Or, it's now. Like, if we're being honest, because he has, let's say, Haaland and Mbappe as this competition. But like, for me, if he stayed in PSG,
he would have a chance.
He would have a chance at least in the next 2 years. But now he's going to Saudi.
I don't think so.
Like, in the history of football, it's like he's never going to be considered a
great
Pele, Maradona, Ronaldo. He's always going to be that person who was almost a star, but like,
I think so.
I think so.
I do not agree. You see, I mean, in Brazil, he's the all-time top scorer right now, right?
Tied with Pele.
He's
tied with Pele.
I don't think so. I think he went past Pele. I think so. But
true, but like I feel like the Brazilians like titles, and they like, especially if it's like the World Cup or like the.
Well, it's been elusive. He can still get it. I mean, he's 31. I mean, what's the next World Cup in 3 years? He's gonna be 33, 34.
But now he's gonna be playing in Saudi League.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's Neymar, man. He's Neymar. His quality is gonna get.
I think
he's gonna get
wise. That was a wrong move.
Yeah. But financially, definitely,
that was a wrong move.
It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense financially.
Yeah.
But
I think he was already on a good contract at the PSG.
But anyways, let me ask you: why does football has to be in Europe? I mean, why do the best have to play in Europe? I mean, football is football. So long as quality is improving in Saudi Arabia, it's still football.
No, but like we all know why he's gone to Saudi Arabia.
Of course, it's money. It's money. But at the same time, he's still playing football.
Yeah, but like traditionally and like just like historically, like all the teams that are the best play in Europe. So like we want the best players with the best players in the biggest league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I just hope the Saudi league doesn't become like the Chinese league where it goes up then down.
But then let me ask you, why is it why do they have like the best and the biggest clubs in Europe? Is it because now they get to have all this, how the best talents from across the world get to go there?
Yeah, I think it's about.
Then think about it. What if Saudi Arabia gets to do the same thing?
It will take time before they reach to that level where we consider the biggest.
They could.
Yeah,
how long do you need to improve that?
In Europe, it's about the facilities, the infrastructure, the fan base.
No, they have it in Saudi Arabia.
No, for me, I feel like the way they've done that strategy is so wrong. It's like just going to get like old retired stars
for Europe
and bring in, but like I feel like it's an investment from the youth football for you.
For Europe, I think it's a continental thing, and it has taken so much time for it to be where it is right now. And I don't think the Asian countries can take it within the next 5 years to reach the same level like Europe.
It takes time.
What is needed?
What is needed
to get there?
what is needed is the competition, which I don't think it's there. Because when
it's just a league, it's just one single league. Okay, look at it this way. There's a Premier League. Okay, forget about the Champions League and everything else. There's a Premier League. Okay, it's not like you have the very best players in the world playing in the Prem.
Exactly.
Okay,
true. Yeah.
Well, you have a very good team. You have Man City, you have Arsenal, you have blah 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 blah, and then now you have, like teams in Saudi Arabia. Now look at it this way: they get the best managers they can get. They get to improve on their game. They get to bring in the best players they can get. Okay, of course, keeping in mind their foreign quota, blah 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 blah, and then now you have the best coaches. I mean, the academies are doing well, I'm sure.
In Saudi,
yeah, they're sure. In terms of facilities and infrastructure, look.
Do you have any exports?
Do you have but in terms of the producing, from a youngster that we know is going through the Saudi academies and has gone through, you can say, playing in an elite league. I doubt it. Okay, maybe that's why I say
you might have it in the next 15 years because they're on the right channel.
Now they're starting,
but I don't think right now we can compare them. We can't, because let's take an example of South Africa. South Africa have a very good league in Africa, and you can even see from the national team, we have players. Most of their players are within the league. They are paid well.
The Sundowns
the Sundowns. They really, South African league is a very good league, and you see for them, even when it comes to selection of national team players, you get to have more players from the national, the local league compared to international players. Why? Because of the standard of the league that is there. So I really don't think you can take your child to Saudi Arabia today, and in the next 7 years they get to represent Kenya.
Exactly.
I think it's possible.
They're not yet there. It's possible, but they're not yet there. Maybe in the next 15-20 years, because this is an entire investment that is supposed to take time. Because for Europe, it took quite some time. It took a while with a lot of investment, and I think goodwill is also there. Security, infrastructure.
There's goodwill in Saudi Arabia.
And also the thing, I feel like for me, I feel like there's some whitewashing that's done on Saudi Arabia as well, that paints it as a bad country. This fear, I feel like, is also from the Western world that's scared of the Saudi league becoming strong and competing with them.
Exactly.
It's like the media is going to push this narrative that Saudi do these bad things to people, have human rights problems, even these Western countries have their own issues. You get what I mean? So it's it's all about perspective, I think.
I think you pretty much summarized everything. Bro, because how you're defending it, bro, man.
But I don't think I'm taking
by media.
I don't think I'm taking my kid to play a Saudi Arabian league.
Well, you better look in that direction, because I mean, why not make millions out of your talent? I mean, I was saying, I don't know if you saw this story at Tevez.
When he went to China.
Yeah, when he went to China, and then people would say, it's just for the money. Then I mean, this guy is coming from from a very, very poor
situation.
Yeah, and then now he has a chance to set the family. And it's not just his family, even the extended family, maybe even friends. I set them up for life. Why not?
Yeah, it's fine. And for me, I feel like if it's at the end of your career, why not secure the bag?
True. Secure the bag.
Secure the bag, man. Now we want to talk about how Pep is doing things differently, but he's always done this. At every club he's been. At Barcelona he's doing something else. Then he went to Bayern. Then he sort of did away with the false nine. Now he had a proper number 9, Lewandowski. He's got many goals then. And then when he came to City, of course he changed again how he was playing. Then there's a time he was playing with 2 false nines. KDB, Foden. KDB, Bernardo Silva. I think the first time Alonso could try to invert fullbacks and he got Bayern with Philip Lahm, sometimes with Kimmich. But so on and so forth. Even at City, I got the event every season he's doing something different. Maybe there's just something small. but it's something. There's a time maybe he would invert both fullbacks, what on Ngendani, then he has a
center back,
three a cover, as defense, and so right now he's trying out something else. I saw it called Demir Burnley. Plus, also he experimented it at the end of the season, like with the back four, but now with a keeper as part of the back four. Depending on Sedenya Boli, so they could switch between him and centre back Nabaki Katikati. Also now he gave me a Burnley, now he was trying out something, because now teams now they're back to pressing with the 4-4-2 properly, because they've been playing with a double pivot like season with Stones joining in from the centre back position and a partner up with Rodri. So now teams that know what they're doing now, they seem to block the path. Ball is fika Stones and Rodri, and then cover these spaces. Ball is in so that they cannot penetrate vertically. Especially if you're playing against City or Burnley, because Burnley ni team ya company.
Yeah, it's more of the
City, so I pretty much understands the guy.
Oh, he thinks.
Maybe not so much, but yeah. So now the way he was doing it, now this time what I saw, like the fullbacks were Rico Lewis and Walker. All the way up there, like high up the line, so that keeper and the centre backs, they come together as a three, and then the three midfielders, that is Rodri, Bernardo Silva,
Stones.
Who was that guy? Kovacic.
Kovacic.
Bernardo, KDB.
Now
those three could rotate, but still they get to stay in the same line, because now someone is covering them on a command mark. Now we have to move and lose your marker. So there's three, and then there's a three, and then there's a centre forward, and then the two other midfielders. No, the wingers wanaingia ndani. So I think it's interesting. I mean, this guy, you just can't beat him. He will always reinvent himself.
He's always learning, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. He finds a way to to get one over their opponents. If you think you haven't figured out, then before you figure it out, Atakwa shall win like 10 matches. That's what I think is going to win the league again.
No, but for me, with Kevin De Bruyne getting injured, I feel like that's like such a fundamental part of the squad.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if they'll be able to sustain the 4 competitions smoothly.
Yeah, and now that they lost Gundo to Barca.
Yeah, Gundogan, I actually thought the same, because I think pretty much we have seen City. Pep is a modern coach, and his tactics you rarely understand them, and he gets to bring the best out of individual players within the squad. But the one thing has always remained. De Bruyne has always been the integral part of every movement which he makes. There's the way he gets to make the squad click, and I think losing him out is going to kind of not cement the fabric the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think the sooner he has De Bruyne back, the better for him, because I think after he lost him to injury during the Burnley match, we saw the changes, and it wasn't flowing the way it was during the first time that it was. So that actually shows the way that guy, the quality that he has within the squad. Yeah,
well, but you're right. KDB
even when he's tired and he get to be substituted, you can see it.
The level drops. Yeah,
the level drops.
Well, it's true.
But at least Pep is Pep.
And he's like you're saying, he always reinvents.
Yeah.
So it's like he'll come up with an alternative.
Yeah, an alternative.
And it's like Kovacic is a very good ball player as well. So people very good. Don't rate him as much, but he's a very good ball player. So
what do you mean don't rate him as much? I mean, I rate him highly.
You rate him highly, yes.
I do.
Nice.
You started rating him because he joined City.
No, exactly.
No, man.
Yeah, last season I couldn't say that. Exactly. Kovacic is done. Then once he joins City, it's like Pep can't sign a player who's not good.
Like you get to whitewash everyone.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, look, that guy. Ever since his time at Real Madrid, I thought this guy was really good. I was like, hey, what do they have? This
City fans are the most plastic fans.
Look. Why is this guy? Wait, I'm talking about Kovacic. Look, Charles, listen.
You're actually supporting Man City in a Barcelona jersey.
Sure, exactly.
I mean, this is the biggest club in the world.
Zero loyalty.
The biggest club in the world. What I said is, I'm sympathetic towards Manchester City's cause. But cause.
Okay.
Ambassador through and through. Now, look. Kovacic. I think the first time I saw him play Madrid, and I thought, man, this guy is like really, really good. I'm not sure if Kama Peleko out on loan a few times. I'll find out, but I thought it was really good. But anyways, with Kroos and Modric and maybe Casemiro at that time, there's no way he was getting any time on the pitch. Kidogo sana. And then he moved to Chelsea. Then I thought, wow, Chelsea have got a quality player. And then I'm like, okay. And then it's just like when I heard that City was linked to them, I was excited like to see this guy work with Pep. How is it going to work out? And then now it's pretty much Niveletu maybe adapt.
Yeah,
but he's okay.
I really hope it works.
But it's work.
I really hope it works. It's going to come like Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, like performing leads, and it's like
I really hope it works. Because I think one thing that Pep has always been doing, he's been so successful to an extent we rarely focus on where he failed. No. But entirely, even though...
Where does he fail?
Even though Dunia iko.
Where does he fail?
Yeah, for him to get that team to where it is, kumekuwa na so many signings and yes, failed.
That's true.
He gets to win the league.
Yeah, they're like compromise.
Yeah, exactly. Like unlike teams kama Manchester and for Chelsea, when they get to buy expensive players, but because they don't get to that finish line where everything seems iko sasa,
it makes sense.
Iko sawa, you get to poke holes into those signings. Yeah, because I tend to believe if we bought Pogba at 100 million, he never won the league, and that's why people thought it didn't work. But for someone like Pep, kama angemnunua na akose kuperform for Phillips, bought Phillips at that price, na kashinda league. To some extent, people think, oh yeah, it's justified, but the player became a failure. Yeah, so I tend to think that way.
Yeah, but also I feel like with the depth of City, it's like if one player is not performing, it's like they don't only rely on one player. It's like each position, like there's 1, 2, 3 players that like your place is always in doubt.
True.
So it's like even if like one player like Phillips doesn't stand out, they have
the team is still clear.
Yeah, like Phil Foden. It's like
now let me ask you. Now how do you see City doing it now without KDB? What is the lineup, Aja?
Like in the center mid, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'd bring in Foden now.
Foden.
In my opinion, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, Foden 10. Yeah, I think Foden and Alvarez playing 9-10, like the switching would really strengthen the midfield.
Haaland tumemweka wapi?
Like okay, Haaland ako, but for Foden, Haaland definitely hawezi kosa. So for Foden amekuwa kucheza wing, but you would in most matches you would see him like
drifting inside.
Drifting inside to strengthen the midfield. But so I think iko sawa pia. Well, because Foden is that kind of a player, he has that quality to adapt to, like the forward and even the midfield. Is a very good ball carrier.
Yeah.
He has the energy to run. So I think Foden would be the best to replace him. But that depends with an opponent. The opponent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that depends with the opponent.
I think Bernardo Silva, because in most matches, Madamigi Namona, like he's out on the right wing, but coming inside. So like he's sort of allowed to come inside, so that if they're playing with Kyle Walker, now he can move up high on that side. So I think maybe Bernardo now gets to play like in the middle of the midfield consistently, now that Gondo is not there as well. And then maybe double pivot, Kovacic na Rodri. This guy comes in, Bernardo Silva and the numbers in the midfield, and then maybe Delap or Alvarez. One of them has to play on that side. If not Delap, if not Delap, then maybe Anitonani Foden could play out wide, so that Alvarez maybe could move to the left side. I think it's possible. So whichever way it works, your squad be kubwa. But also City has a big squad, which is true. But it's only like about maybe 15 or 16 players that get to play.
Yeah. True.
If you look at it properly, it's pretty much the same guys who play week in, week out. Week in, week out. It's a interesting to see. But history of Paqueta, it's off.
Yeah, I was just saying from like Fabrizio's Instagram just now, the deal has been like cut off. I don't know if it's because it was taking too much time, and maybe West Ham like want to finalize the deal because like for me, if I feel like if you lose such a star player, you have to get a replacement. So if the deal drags on, then like you sell him late, and then you can't get a replacement.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like
and the time is also running out.
Time is running out. Plus West Ham are like competing in the Conference League, if I'm not wrong, right?
Europa League.
It's Europa, not Conference, huh?
Yeah.
Because they won the Conference League. Yeah, so I feel like, they want to kind of assemble a good squad, especially since the fact that they've just lost Rice now.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Did they really lose him? I mean, they made millions.
Oh yeah, did they lose him? That's true.
No, the amount of like over 200 plus in just 2
But I think West Ham,
Ham,
since the early 2000s, I think they have always been doing that. They had like the likes of Kina Ferdinand, they had even Lampard, they had Milner.
Yeah,
they
but
have always been having players, selling them off, then they get to build again. So I think
it's true.
It's just a matter of time before we find another 100 million player.
Now, before we go.
True, but now I feel like for me, I feel like Brighton has become the new West Ham in that sense, like producing like $1 million stars in the last few years.
And it's not just $1 million, man. It's just young, exciting players.
True,
really good players.
I also think the big clubs in England, they're like have other feeder clubs within the same competition. I think West Ham, I think Southampton has been doing that to Liverpool.
True.
Selling them good quality players. So I think Brighton is.
Now Chelsea has become like
Caicedo and Liverpool.
I think exactly. Man City, they pretty build their squad based on with Arsenal players. So I think
it works.
Yeah, but like Brighton, I feel like they just are doing their business so well.
Yeah.
For me, like, it's like even after they lost Potter, somehow they've still been able to like reinvent themselves and like still produce such an exciting squad with such a limited budget.
After losing Potter, they got a very good coach.
Exactly. Yeah, the Italians
who is actually way better
ahead of Potter, right?
By far. That guy is
but like I feel like Potter moved at the wrong time to Chelsea.
Should have waited.
He should have like been patient and like built himself more.
But I think Potter could be a candidate for the national team, the Three Lions.
You think so?
I think so. I think he would do well.
Why? Because he's a failure at Chelsea. And like
wait.
I see England are failures as well.
No, I mean, look, bro. Look, check it. He did well with Brighton. He didn't have much. I would not say that he had quality, like world-class players in his team, but he did well with Brighton. They played well. So yeah.
I think it was too soon for him.
No, this is what I'm saying. I mean, he could do well with the national team. Yeah, England. I think he could do well.
I don't know. I was saying a rumor. Sorry, like about the women's coach currently. The England's women's coach. I don't know what her name is, but she's taken like the Lionesses to the World Cup final. Yeah, that's happening. I think in Australia or something. So like there's some rumors saying that she's gonna replace Southgate, but like for me, I feel like the women's game and the men's game is miles apart. Different. So it's like I feel like this is again the media like whitewash, like just praising someone based off like such a small time period.
Bro, imagine.
I think there's something wrong with the English press, man.
Well, no, imagine the manager walks into the dressing room and like guys are in pants, walking around naked.
Still though, but it happens the opposite because like the French coach, I think it's called Have Reynolds or something. That's the same.
He used to manage Zambia and Cote d'Ivoire.
And even I think he managed who in the previous Saudi Arabia. So I feel like true, the gender factor is part of it, but like there's no way she can command the dressing room
Yeah.
Like with the national team, the men's, like the same way she'll do it to the women's team.
Well, men coaching the ladies team,
it's fine. That works exactly.
But now having a lady in the men's dressing room,
but like it starts with someone. That's the thing, because like if we all think it's not possible, then like it will never happen. But like it has to happen with someone. But like I feel like there should be a better balance in how they break it down. Maybe have a lady like managing a championship team, but not the whole national team of the. That's like that.
And that's why I was saying there's something wrong with the English press, because I think they're just trying to praise her and kind of taking her to another step, another level, which I think
reached.
Yeah, which she couldn't reach.
And the thing is, like, even England have not yet won like the World Cup. So they're hyping up so much. Yeah. Like they might bottle it up again, like the way they did with the Euros.
Yeah.
But let's see.
England. Right now, before we go, guys, who do you think has done like the best business in Europe in terms of transfer?
For me, you'll go first.
I think I would look at I think Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal, they have done well because I think they have gone for the missing piece of where they lacked last season,
which is
some part of defense and that midfield. I think the signing Rice and Timber, if he gets back sooner, would actually make them a competitive team for the league. Because towards the end of last season, they had an issue with the midfield, the consistency between Partey. They had that inconsistency, which actually came down to the failure of them not winning the league. Then I think the right side, the right side of the defense, which they signed Timber. So I think these two players will make an impact, and they can, if Arsenal can pick from where they left last season, they can actually be a competitive team. For Manchester United, we still have a way to go. I think we still need like another 2 signings, of which if we make those 2 signings, a midfield and I think a defender again, then I think we can call it now a business. Yeah. So I think it's just about the performances from last season and the improvement, fulfilling where you've fallen short. It's what now we can call a successful business. Yeah.
For me, from the Premier League or even La Liga as well.
Across.
If it's across, I'd say Madrid. For me, I feel like with the market, like getting Bellingham at that price, it's like 100 and something, but like I still feel like that's a good signing. He's I think 20, he's 19 or something, and like he performed very well in the preseason, and his first game he scored a goal as well. So I feel like the Madrid midfield like can last for another 15 years. They have Camavinga, they have they have Bellingham. Then also they have Rodri on the left, Vinicius. Yeah, so for me, I feel like Madrid have an exciting team, like as usual, but also Arsenal. Yeah, like I might have to agree with you. Like in the Premier League, I feel like Arsenal with Arteta as well. For me, I feel like for him, he also has something to prove to the Premier League. Now that he's lost the previous season, so I feel like the players will be hungry. And they'll want to like prove, like as opposed to Man City who's just won it, it won't mean as much to them. So I think Arsenal could pull I hope not, but I feel like Arsenal can pull a surprise.
I know you will say Chelsea.
Well, Chelsea is
Chelsea are just a confused
numbers.
Lot.
It's
I feel like Chelsea. I don't even follow them up this way.
It's like we're trying to see how many players they can sign in a single window. But I think they will make one incredible signings as well. Like the number of kids, they're signing young players as well. So it's one for the future. So I think also they've done good business. But I would say, as I said, I think Madrid. I would say Madrid have done like the best bit of business this period. Also, Bayern getting Harry Kane, I think that was good business. I mean, I'm not sure how they managed to get that over the line. But now it's clear that Ken Ndio Swara, he went there at first match with winning trophy,
No, but like he didn't even play. I feel
He
didn't play.
He came on.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he came on.
Are you sure?
Bro, what's the match?
Oh, he played.
He played.
No, but like I'm sure the team was already down when he came on.
Well, alikuja tena kaongeza.
He's brought that cast with him.
I think he's the one with the cast. Maybe now
I told them I've never won more, bro.
Maybe they might win something this time around. And then
you can actually laugh.
Well, you can tell. But I mean, Bayern versus Leipzig, they struggle.
But actually, I don't see him staying there for long.
Ken?
No, but for me, I feel like the problem is the manager. What's the Chelsea guy? What's his name? Tuchel. Yeah, I feel like they're doing so well with Nilesman. Is it called Nilesman or whatever? Yeah, but like the board said he was too young or something. But like Tuchel has had problems with Sadio Mane as well.
With his tactics, mostly.
With his tactics, really?
I think so. Alafu plus the performances. This is the Champions League. You remember?
But like Nini was still in the Champions League. It's Tuchel who got them out. He was voted just before. They were still in the Champions League. Tuchel came and got them out.
No,
I think it was the league that they were worried about. They were second for a long time. But like still, like give the guy a chance. Now like they brought in someone who.
But then, I think waliogopa because after how they were doing in the league. And then the first leg, in one of the legs, Champions League.
Yeah, it's one of the legs, yeah. I think City. City really.
If I'm not wrong. Amma? Tuchel was there for both legs?
No.
Tuchel was there for both legs. I remember he was there for both legs. He took up the City game, but his problem was the league. I don't think Bayern were doing that well.
But I think maybe before, I think he was sacked after the draw was done. Yeah, Champions League versus City. I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe let's bring someone who's played with Pep before.
Yeah, and someone also won the Champions League because Tuchel has also won the Champions League with Chelsea.
And he knows how to match Pep and how to defend against him and blah blah blah. So maybe that's what they thought, but they should have let that guy stay.
Yeah, it never worked.
But I don't think Tuchel kika for long. I'll talk to eventually.
I actually see the same thing will happen. Mane actually happening to Hurricane at Bayern.
No, for me, like I was reading some rumors that like Mane was also being like treated that way because because of the
he's
black. Like I think his agent sent a statement saying that Bayern weren't happy paying a black person this amount. Okay, the thing is like also that can just be very like pushy statement as well. It could be a lie because maybe just like Mane didn't perform, but that could also be the case nonetheless.
Yeah, also they were using him differently as opposed to how he was playing at Liverpool. I mean, he's very good playing up wide. 1v1s, he's good as a take on players, then go and score. And then they were playing him centrally sometimes in partnership, strike. Then sometimes it was a problem, so he was struggling. Like he was really, really struggling. I think tactically, I think that was the major problem why he could not like fit in. Even at Kinyanjui, he can score some goals. But yeah, as you said, so easy to Kidogo, like the side shows. Eventually, they have take over and performances. So. Alright, anyways guys, it's been real.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you man for coming on.
No worries, it's been a pleasure having you guys.
Still around?
Yeah, I'm still around for some time.
Okay. When do you go back?
I should head back September, around mid-September.
Oh.
So yeah, we have like a month.
3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks left, exactly.
There are several episodes.
Exactly.
I mean, we should have Francis on one of the coming episodes. So, but yeah, remember, Nakuru Bucks, you gotta check them out. Follow the podcast
out
on YouTube, then also as well follow the clubs
and the social medias on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. It's all the same at Nakuru Bucks. So yeah, looking forward to an additional fun.
All right. Until next time guys. Cheers.